seat to any state since he emerged as the president-elect of this great country. Furthermore, by this visit, the president-elect will join the long list of distinguished Nigerians whom we have hosted to either flag off or commission landmark projects in Rivers State. For us, it's an honor to the government and people of Rivers State to host the president-elect on this historic visit. Consequently, I urge all Rivers citizens to come out en masse to receive our president-elect, His Excellency Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and display the traditional Rivers hospitality as he commissions these legacy projects to God's glory and advancement of our development. Given this, I hereby declare Wednesday, 3rd of May, 2023, a public holiday to enable the people of Rivers State to receive our president-elect proudly. Furthermore, all shops and business premises along Rumola to Rumokuta roads in Nobiabo local government area of the state shall remain closed from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Wednesday, 3rd of May, 2023. I urge all labor unions and security agencies to comply with this closure order. Once again, I call on Rivers people to come out in great numbers and give our amiable president-elect a rousing welcome during his visit.
They will shut everybody's business. Yeah, president-elect is coming to town. Don't you know that Olori Oko is that? And he called it first official visit. So, you all know that, Abi. That's their politics and all that, okay? And some people say, he's a betrayer. He's not a betrayer. Do you trust in somebody like that before and you feel so betrayed? I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you felt betrayed. Okay? Because in the other news, yeah, a very quick one. I think, which one should I go first? I think let's start with Peter Obi's response, especially to Liar Mo's adventure, where, okay, we'll start with this. The part where Peter Obi got stopped in London, he has answered what happened. He was not arrested. Of course, I told you that, no, they can't arrest him like that. Like, leave the sensation and all that out of it, okay? He's a known person and all that, so they won't just kind of harass him. They won't even do that. Anyway, he responded to that and told what happened. He responded to those who called the obedient fascists, Wole Soyinka and the rest. Then he now responded to Liar Mo that went to America to report him in America that he's committing treason and left him in Onitsha. That's what he said. So we're going to go to that part now, especially still on this year election. I'll start with this. Arise Television's or Arise News video credit, by the way.
Because there appears to be a duplication of my identity. And all this lasted for maximum of 20 minutes. And I was treated in what I do with all due respect. Charles, I lived in the UK in the 90s, say from 1993 until 2005.
I remember meeting you in London, actually, in that period.
Yes. Charles, not just that I lived there, from that 1993 till now is a period of 30 years. I have never been questioned, arrested, detained in any country in the world. I've never been, for any reason, found myself in any manner being questioned for any offense. I've not committed any offense. So it was a routine immigration check. And it lasted, like I said, less than 20 minutes. And I was actually given all the due respect by the border personality that interviewed me, who told me, your identity is duplicated, be careful. And actually had to walk me through the what I can call the VIP process and everything. And I have a written document from British government.
I've seen that document.
Thank you. I showed it to you.
Clarifying the situation.
He was never detained, and it was just a few minutes question and everything. And they were Nigerians because I arrived on British Airways. So they were Nigerians who were queuing up. Even Woods here was even worried that I was asked to just wait for a few minutes. And when that happened, I explained it to them, and they said nothing. But it's been traumatized and everything because it's me. People said I was detained, committed an offense. People said even committed several offenses and everything. Oh, his company was closed. He wasn't paying tax. Charles, for the years I lived in Britain, never have I had any day been questioned. And I can say it, my taxes, my days were duly paid. In fact, most times they have refunded me money for overpayment. I've borrowed money, I've done everything globally. Not one day did I default in any. If you find one default, then it's not Peter Obi.
Well, I'm glad you clarified that point about the arrest. And in support of the point you're making, I have seen the letter from the British High Commission making it ineluctably clear that it was no such thing. Nevertheless, as you said, there was a huge hullabaloo about that in Nigeria. I mean, was that a humiliation for you, or at the very least embarrassing that all this was being talked about you, and I mean, even the people who follow you were disappointed?
Charles, I would have made comment on it earlier, but these things happened during the what I call holy month, where for me as a Christian, it was a fasting period and period of the Ramadan. And I felt it is not time to make comments. I only answered one question within that period when I was mentioned with treason, because I felt it's a huge offense. And because it was actually mentioned where it shouldn't have been mentioned. Other than that, I just felt this is the clarification. And I've just shown you the letter.
Yes.
I won't go about telling everybody and showing everybody the letter.
Yeah, that is true.
It just showed you where we've taken our rascality to, where people now come up with all sorts of things.
Well, some people said you were deported from the UK. But obviously not.
No, they saw it. I was routine check and I was allowed to go. Right. They even saw where I attended churches and meetings. There appears to be.
Anyway, that was his answer. And it's kind of similar to what I said too. I know there are sensationalism in Nigeria where everyone think they've discovered something and all of that, but pure nonsense, okay? But his answers is his own answers, okay? So somehow we've shed light on some of these scenarios before now, where Layamo went to America to tell the tale of treason against Obi. Shoyinka calling the Obidient intolerant and fascist. And those who have been trying to gaslight the Obidient and all that, he has this. Or to say, Arise Television News as well, okay? The credit.
Do you see any links between your activities lately and any treasonable offenses?
Charles is height of rascality. Height of rascality. That it was even announced in Washington. I committed a treasonable offense, and I'm in Onitsha. And my minister went to announce it in Washington. This is what I'm talking about. We're not talking about wasting governance here. People don't want to understand. The amount it costs Nigeria for him to go and announce that in Washington can fix, I can tell you, I've been in government, can build a block of 6 classrooms in a primary school. I'm sure if you go to his village, there's so many places where children don't even have desk or classroom to go to school. And instead of using that money to go and do it, he used that money to go to Washington to announce of treason of somebody who is non-HR. He doesn't need to do that. It is rascality of the highest order. These are the reason why we want a new Nigeria where things will work the way it works in other climes. From there, he went to London, announcing the same thing. Well, I'm in Nigeria. He should have come to see me or invite me and said, this is the offense. How did we get here?
Yeah, that's a good question, but I'm afraid it will remain a rhetorical question at the moment. Some of your followers, just moving on from that, who are known as Obidients, have recently engaged in a sort of caustic exchange of words with Professor Wale Soyinka, the Nobel laureate, and he said that they simply don't accept any form of criticism. And I think it was around the time when he made the comments about fascism and your deputy, Yusuf Baba Dati Ahmed. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, Charles Prof is a respected, revered personality in Nigeria and globally. And I've always respected him. And he's a dear father to me. And for me, I was very, very sad that there was such a change. Some of the Obidients, I must tell you, or people they, mentioned, that the Obidients are not entirely people who are with us. The oppositions have also come into it and are using it at times.
You mean other opposition
Other
parties?
opposition parties.
Right.
But that is not to worry about. But I was very sad there was such a change between a respected father and but you have to understand this. These young people are people who have been so deprived by supposedly a system that is supposed to care for them. They've been pushed to the wall. Even me, Charles, the way they even react when I say things, but I could see their pain. I could feel it. Because I live in the same system, Charles, that they are living in. I said it in Enugu 2 days ago. I said, listen, I lived in this town. I went to JL in Enugu as a student, University of Nigeria, Nsukka, and paid 2,600 and something naira for a Volkswagen car. And within 2 years, Umano Motors in Nsukka sold a 505 to me at 2,700 naira, at 6,800 and something naira in the same country. I remember Ozumano telling me that they have too many orders from so many lecturers, so my own will be delayed. If you go and see people like Professor Wala, my lecturer then, they are driving new cars. It's some society where we lived, everything was working. All of a sudden, these young fellows now live in what you can consider a war situation. So at times, there's issues. I will make my own comment in it that Prof remains a revered father. And I'll keep respecting him for that. And of course, the young Obidients, I feel for them. I wish we can see what they're saying. I wish we can feel what they're feeling. The pain, chance that go around these young people. There's nothing the society is offering them.
Well, it's not just
even when they try to do it on their own.
Yeah.
This is a place where if you carry today, you are moving around with laptop, you are arrested and labeled all sorts of names. This is a place where people are thrown into jail for even making comments. These are places where people, all sorts of things are measured on these people. When people who have stolen billions of country's money, done worse things, are moving around, being celebrated, being used as an example to them.
Well, on the back of what you're telling us, today is, of course, Labor Day or Workers' Day, and Nigeria marks the day amid rising unemployment, which kind of relates to the people that you're talking about, because a lot of the people who are most affected by unemployment are young people, and many of them are part of the Obedient movement. What is your message about that?
Well, Charles, what message can you give them? Which country of our size that you know today is going through what we're going? We have almost 40% unemployment and 65% youth unemployment. When you talk about 1.3 million people being grouped as multidimensional poor, huge percentage of these are young people in their productive age, doing nothing without knowing where the next meal will come from. And nobody cares about them. And that's what is happening everywhere. And again, if I try to say something, you will even see where I said, I will start fighting poverty from the north. And people say, oh no, he's insulting people from the north. Even when Nigerian Bureau of Statistics said that out of this 1.3 million people, 86 million is from the north. And I say that's where we have vast or cultivated land, and I believe that we can make more money from agriculture than we're making from oil. And the only way to put this people out of poverty is to invest in these resources and invest in them, in everything. So for me, I feel for them.
So that's how you think we should start reducing unemployment, is it? Through agriculture as
and on and on. It was like a 50 minutes conversation, okay? If you go onto Arise Television on YouTube, you can watch the old charts. Just want you to see that part, okay? So their court is going to open in few days as well. From what I have heard, between the 10th and the 15th of this month, May, they expect the tribunal to start the pre-hearing sitting. This is where everybody will, like all their lawyers, everybody will make appearances and all of that. It's called pre-hearing. Then they're going to choose a date where they're going to start the proper sitting. So we expect that to happen soon. Their law says that they have to do, they have to settle all electoral matters in 180 days, but they never followed their own law. But maybe they never follow it, so don't bank on it. They have already wasted 65 days or so. So they have something around 100 and roughly plus or minus 20 days. So we expect the drama to kick off, including all of the side dramas too. But for those of you who probably would be you are still very much hopeful, like, yeah. And to some of you who are living in your la la land, where you believe some Nigerians are never going to be recognized as Nigerians because they didn't vote for APC. Yoruba land for the Yoruba people. Yoruba job for the Yorubas. And so many other nonsense that some of you are unemployable miscreants in APC. Egbekegbe continue to promote. They served your people the same poison in Ghana yesterday. And I was surprised. Somebody who she got all the permission, right? The license the license to take her products to a market, Wavon, in Ghana, and sell to women, of course. And when she got there, wahala yaso, trouble yaso, wahala yakari. The Ghanaians were like, yeah, never. You, these Nigerians, you want to come and take over our markets. You want to come and, just same way you were shouting in Lagos, you want to come and take our Yoruba land, even though nobody was actually coming to take anything from you. It's shocking when I started seeing some of these Yoruba Ronu wearies. The xenophobic, unemployable wearies, street urchins, political jobbers. They started, Ghana, you better don't start what you cannot try. This is Nigeria. You cannot try this nonsense with Nigeria. Nigeria is a big Olori Burukuni. You should, that's why they said, you should try and burn yourself before you turn the fire on somebody else. I mean, just a few weeks ago, you are shouting Yoruba Ronu. You are calling Yoruba Somuale because in Nigeria, supposed Nigeria election, not Yoruba election, Nigeria election. You call them Omuale because they won't follow a drug dealer, a drug baron. Now, they don't serve your sisters the same thing in Ghana. Just to let you know that the whole world is actually seeing us. They're seeing what is going on. And yeah, just get yourselves ready, Sha. That's what I need to say. And to those of you, this one, nobody say I'm trying to like a victim shame you. I just want to remind you too, Neo. Do you remember that when the war in Sudan was raging, come, here and there, we were all everywhere shouting, rescue Nigeria, so Nigerian life matter, Sudan life, Nigeria life matter in Sudan, everybody life matter, bring them this, up to this moment, they are yet to bring one person back to Nigeria. It's been days, but when they decided to start moving people, like, oh yeah, we are going to pay $1.2 million. So they paid $1.2 million or so to transportation company to use buses. About 40 buses, so now only 13 show up. 27 buses no come. Yeah. $1.2 million for 40 buses to transport and transfer Nigerians who are trapped in Sudan. Sudanese war. That was the news, right? Then they got trapped. Then the bus got burnt on the road. Even somebody said, let's see if I still have that picture. I have a picture where the bus catch fire on the road, but that's not the news. 40 buses. They started asking people to enter according to their state of origin. So some people said, hey, look at them. Now the northerners. Now all these Hausa Fulani, they go Sudan. Hausa Fulani, they go Sudan. I say, hey, see, that's one thing APC did to so many of you. They made you feel like, you are not humans. You know what I mean? Now, these northerners, they go to Sudan to go and study jihadists. They go and study jihad. You go to Sudan, go study jihadists. And the war starts, you call they run away. Why you call they run away from practical? People were making different jokes. I said, no, that's not right. Yes, they will take advantage of it. They will milk it. And they will make money from it. But what if your brother is one of those people trying to run away from the war? We are talking about war. This is not people who are like, evacuate us to Nigeria. We don't want to live here anymore. No, war is happening in Sudan. And I mean war. This will not be Boko Haram thing, no. War, real war. Fighter jet, they fight everywhere. They bomb everywhere. They kill people for street like this. Match people, kill them. War, real war. But a lot of you have lost your humanity. Okay? I wish I could blame you. But 8 years of the APC, Egbekegbe's trauma, where they say then kill people for Eastern Nigeria, you will see this northern miscreant, APC. They will be celebrating it. They will say, kill them more. Kill more of them. When you see the Boko Haram slaughtering people in northern Nigeria, you will see all the other people from southern Nigeria saying, now family business, but they kill all of them there. That's what APC did to Nigerians in 8 years. Don't ever forget that. And because of that, a lot of you just blind your eyes. You just flow with whatever the public is saying without thinking that, what if somebody from your family member is there after making all of that assertion on social media. I kind of like to put to have that kind of pushback. That's why I call it. That's why I say an injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. So you know what happened? They said, okay, all Nigerians, so we don't hire 40 buses. So everybody can radio. They're going to use state of origin. Who uses state of origin in time of war to rescue their citizen? Outside Nigeria, you see they use state of origin? I said, this is mad. But the Lagos Abobakus, all these Olori Brukus on social media, they came. Shut up your mouth. The reason why they are using state of origin is because they want to take them to their different states. I say, Olori Buninye. See, now people no know you. No know you. Me, I know you. When you begin to showcase that your Olori Brukus, I quickly see you and I just don't. Share you guys. They won't carry them to their different states from Sudan. I won't look. APC only kureo. Wetin APC do people? Wetin the weaponized poverty do? Ha! We relopo ju Nigeria. That is Sudan. They want to take them to their different states. Not from Abuja, from Sudan. They do state of origin. Ashe, it was a plan to screen out the Igbos. Yes, I said it because I have a clip. When they finally got some on 13 buses, 27 buses that they said they paid for, out of 40, no show up at all. Now only 13 buses. Take whatever they could take. Sokoto Kano, Kaduna Katsina, Niger, and all this Kebbi. Because they are the real Nigerians, Abi. Watch this.
I don't know Sudan ever at University of Khartoum. I am evacuation project. Evacuation as people pushing the Nigerians in ever. I don't go for blue ndinke habolo. What I say I want Igbo. Mgbe ba moto nke pụwala nwanne nya aka ili tishie. Ihe ni na bago politics. Kita now. Anyị na-ayọ ndị be anyị biko ndị nwere ike inyere nwa anyị aka. Nwanne anyị nwoke bupụtara APC bupụtara plane eji wee bulu ndị mmadụ lawa from Egypt. Ọ nọkwa ya na filo na ihe niile na-aga mana achọrọ nka famalụ na ibe aga akwa a na-akwa aga ọfụma. Nekwa ụmụ Igbo ka ahụtara anyị nekwa na-akpa anyị ebe a n'ebe ahatara anyị. Ebe anụ aka na news a na-aga na-ebunaga anyị anyị anabeghịkwe. Anyị anabeghịkwa anyị ka ụsakwa ebe a biko anyị na-akpọ ndị dị ka atọ eze n'ukpo ha. Ndị Igbo amarụ na-enyere mmadụ aka.
They were screened out. They said that some said they should go and call Peter Obi to take them from Sudan. Others said, Mayegun, at least we see have some more. They took some more. There are about three Igbos in my own bus. So sharing got him so. Nigerians trapped in war zone, and even outside Nigeria, where you come from matter. So you see why the Igbos who have come to this reality never expect anything from Nigeria, and they would rather just be completely out of it. Do you see? These are instances. These are the ones who made it to the camera. A lot don't. People just take it and they find their way. But you want them to feel like they are Nigerians. You want people to see them as people who have no patience, people who have no loyalty to Nigeria. But this is happening. Anyway, I just wanted you to see your one Nigeria. In Ghana, Nilu awon Kofi. They gave it to your brothers and to your sisters in Ghana. Nigerians, we don't want you here. So if you did this in Lagos, and then, okay, if you are also like this, a bigoted Lagos Abobaku, or one of those who supported the profiling of Igbos and Yorubas in Yoruba land in Lagos just few weeks ago. Ogun ló máa pa ẹ́ o tó bá complain nípa fídíò yìí. Ogun òun ló máa pa ẹ́.
I'll finish everything in this bed. Do you understand? Yes, I do week first just to reach out, just to see people. We have a lot of clients in Accra here, you guys. Okay, so what I'm just doing is to reach out. If it is to sell and make money, I will make money online. I came to Ghana to do my birthday. I've not posted my birthday party. That is why you are saying 40 and priceless. Do you understand? So it is not my business. I'll be honest with you. I can decide to shut down this venue and go back today. God has done it like that. I'm a medical doctor. Do you understand? In the US, not in Nigeria. Do you understand? I make money in dollars. I can survive with my medical money.
Yes, ma. Yes, ma. We are very sorry that the Ghanaians acted that way. Whatever happened, I hope you get it resolved. So, Mama, I know once they push you to some extent, you'll be like, I'm not doing this for money. I can get my money elsewhere. I'm not, you know what I mean? Like they don't push you with that. They don't say, come on for you. I'm on the print posters. Oh, posters. Nigerians, we don't want you. Nigerians, go back. Don't come and do this and that because they said they were selling it cheaper. Sure, you get. They said that these women should have sold the wigs to them. So they would then in turn add some price because they pay for shops, they pay for everything and all of that, blah, 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 blah. It just gave everybody the Lagos vibes. And it tells you that it is just going to be a matter of time before the rest of Africa will be doing the same thing to Nigerians. Welcome to the party. If you would admit now, and I have a video, right? There's this particular video of Tinubu. I still haven't found the space to use it. You know, that kind of punchline where you just get to a point and you're like, yeah, that video is going to work now. Now I've come to the conclusion of this broadcast. I've come to the end of the chart. And I'm looking at the video, then I'm like, oh, I still never used that video. Guys, don't worry. I shouldn't have told you that, okay? So thank you very much for spending your evening with me. Currently, we have over 3,400 of us on YouTube. I miss you too. So, and then only 800 of you have actually really paid their offering. You've liked the video. That's to show that you are here, okay? So if all of us can do same, just before we go, I would love to take calls. But let's call this my own welcome back broadcast. Enjoy the full 145 minutes to yourself. Sure you get that the next time we are going to have our usual. You call in, I take calls, I take questions, you know that other stuff. So thank you, all of you. Now that you've heard my full background story of the 11 million pounds sterling, and now you realize that it is not poverty that you have to ban. Poverty is not poverty that should die. It is those who gave birth to what brought poverty that you should cut off. Don't celebrate them, okay? Don't. Because what you are celebrating is the destruction of what ordinarily would have given you the real sense of living. The real sense of living. A lot of people are going to die, but they are already dead, even though they are living. They call them living dead because they never lived. So I advise you. So the scandals like this are going to be very common. Okay? The Tinubu's daughters who also have no jobs, but they were able to pay over $2 million each to buy houses in Bronx, in New York. All of this information are out there. But you're going to hear more. You're going to see videos. You're going to see voice, a lot of things. So when you tell yourself that there is the enemy at work, oh, no. They are not enemy. We are not your enemies. We are actually trying to tell you how much you hate yourselves. Okay? But you don't know. A lot of you don't know. On your mandate, we shall stand. Baba, you hate yourselves. But you don't see it that way. You think you love yourself. If Bokwadi didn't teach you any lesson, Tinubu will. All right? And they will prove it right that except you hate yourself, you will not continue to do something that is going to hamper your real future. But it's up to you. Sure you get. Take it. It's like the poison. Pick it up. Drink it. But you will make that choice yourself. The poison is the political decision and all of this you're making. When you celebrate their greed, when you celebrate their criminality, you are losing. I pray you get to know. And if you don't, meet me here tomorrow, 8 o'clock, for another segment, another sermon, another session. One day, I know Magba Healing. Thank you very much, everybody, for your time. I will see you some other time. Thank you. But don't leave. So thank you, Jare. I've seen those who have responded. They've liked the broadcast to show. 1,100. Can you take it to 1,500? Okay, 1,500 or 2,000. I'm going to check later. Thank you. And I will see you some other time. Odaro.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Mayegun Diary politico.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bọ́ba bá gbé wúrẹ́.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Prẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí abínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.